Hello, happy Thursday to you all. Welcome to Simon's Trading Channel. Hope you're all doing well. We're getting into the latter part of the week. Only 2 days left trading for CME. A few more for Bybit and the other perpetual exchanges. And Bitcoin's had an interesting day. So before I jump straight into the price action and show off this marvelous multicolored chart again, just to remind you, none of this is financial advice. Okay, so since yesterday, Bitcoin's basically gone sort of sideways and up, which you can see better because it's only 3 closures. This is the daily. Why am I on the daily? I was looking at the daily, thinking about the 4-hour, which is here. So you can see, since I recorded the video yesterday, it's sort of sideways and up, which could be good. So I guess I'm coming at this video from a point of view of looking for more upside, because clearly we're in a bull market. So this could be good, but it's not good enough yet, as in there is nothing to suggest, even though today has been a green day for Bitcoin, there is nothing to suggest that this downtrend, which basically started back over here on Monday the 8th of April, I mean, obviously only a genius would know that was going to be the start of a downtrend, but it has indeed trended down since then. And I lost my train of thought then. Oh yes, and the downtrend is still secured. So, to look at that in a bit more detail, I just want to drop to the 15-minute time frame. But before I do that, as you can see, the momentum oscillator of my choice is still well below the zero line. And for me, that means downside is more likely. It is, however, pointed up. The reading of crossing above the zero line at 74.7 should be taken with a pinch of salt because it's so far away from the zero line, so it's not accurate when it's far away from the zero line. But anyway, bottom line there, momentum to the downside, that's pretty obvious. Right, I'm going to swing down to the 15-minute time frame, and you can see it's done something quite interesting. So just to give a bit of perspective, so that was when I pointed out the move was starting, the downside move, all the way down, bit of a bounce, did not reclaim 50%, and then moved down again, broke the bottom of the range, and then this is where Bitcoin is. So you can see the bottom of the range so far is acting as resistance, and that's what you would expect from an area that previously was support, having been broken, 1 episode of resistance, and then on the super low time frames, another 2. And this is this second bit of price action here. It's got the etchings of a bit of a double top, but that's by the by. Now, I wouldn't be surprised if Bitcoin does get back above the, this is basically 59 and change area, but I wouldn't be getting excited about it re-entering the range and therefore setting up more time within the range until there are 4-hour closures back above basically at least 61.1, and a daily closure above there would look really good for a continuation of the range play rather than more downside. What would make me feel much more secure, though, would be back above 62,500. So, yeah, so that's worth bearing in mind. And that clearly is contingent on Bitcoin breaking through the current resistance, which it's headbutting up against as I speak on the lower time frames. Now, what else did I want to say about that? Yeah, we'll just quickly check in. So yeah, the momentum is to the upside on the 15-minute. It's also to the upside on the hour, and then you can see the 4-hour and daily are to the downside. So with enough effort and some consistent price action to the upside here, Bitcoin could swing the 4-hour back to the upside. And then, that may bleed into the daily. But that's not really on the menu at the moment. It's not really on the menu at the moment. I do just want to talk about further downside. So when I was talking about this breach of the bottom of the range, I talked about a couple of targets. It's hit the first target. So the first target I had was basically somewhere around, excuse me, sort of, I can't remember exactly what I said, but it was around here, which is basically where Bitcoin got down to. And then the second, maybe that there's then a move back down towards maybe sort of 54, but a far more significant area to pull Bitcoin into in a gravitational way, coming back to Earth after this rather monumental skyrocket up out of orbit, would be the midpoint here, so 52,000. And so I think further downside, which is still more likely at the moment, is likely to see this area achieved. Now, what day is it? I told you at the beginning. It's Thursday, Simon. Now, whether or not that is achieved by the time that CME closes tomorrow evening, I don't know. I don't get that feeling at the moment from the price action and the volatility, but maybe it will. Maybe it will. And so, in a way, I'd like it to break back above the range and then break back into the range and then start closing definitely above 61, but more significantly above 62.5. Because if it did that for another week, that would be my 8-week prediction. I was close with 7, but I don't know. It's so far, yes, it's definitely a range break, but it's not a Herculean one. It's a range break by definition. Well, I broke my range. I'm sure people would have had other ranges, but it's not a range break and then, like straight down. So we'll see what happens. Anyway, that's 8 minutes. So just in summary, I think more downside would likely see 55,000 preceding 52,000, and upside would have to become further range play needs to be at least a few 4-hour closures back above 61, ideally a daily, but even more ideal would be 62.5. All right, those are my thoughts for Thursday's price action. I'll leave it at that. If you've enjoyed the video, please like and subscribe. And if you haven't enjoyed the video, it's Friday tomorrow. For goodness sake, don't come back because I'll be doing it all again. All right, take care and see you tomorrow.